Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
So first of all, a warm welcome to all of you, and we start the session. We start with our ritual of expressing gratefulness, gratitude to Mother Universe and to anyone and everyone to whom we are grateful for making us who we are. We do it in silence and with reverence and with folded hands. Thank you. So as I discussed, I will be doing a small meditation. Now this meditation, let me give you a prelude of this. So this meditation, I'll ask you. So all of you are aware that our brain has two hemispheres, the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. And there is a corpus callosum which is dividing these two in between. All of us are aware of this? All of us are aware?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, sir, I don't know.
Okay. So our brain has two hemispheres, Snehaji. One is the right hemisphere, one is the left hemisphere. So left hemisphere is told to do all the logical functions.
Okay.
And the right hemisphere is the creative part, art, culture, thinking, intuition. This is the right hemisphere. And the right hemisphere and the left hemisphere, they're divided by corpus callosum. So there are two parts, and the bridge is called the corpus callosum. And the corpus callosum and the brain, it goes down to our brainstem behind our neck, behind our head on the neck. And the corpus callosum and the brainstem then connects with the spinal cord. So our brain is connected to the spinal cord. Okay, is this clear? Snehaji?
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Okay. So we
call it Uzva Mendu, Dava Mendu.
okay.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Okay. And just when I ask you something, just follow the guidance. So take a deep breath. And when you take a deep breath, the exhalations need to be longer than the inhalation. Inhale from your nose and exhale from your mouth. Wonderful. And as you hear my voice, and as you are now sitting in the comfort of your room, with your eyes open or eyes closed, I would request you to focus your attention on your left hemisphere of your brain. Focus on the left hemisphere of the brain. That's right. And now focusing on the left hemisphere of the brain, get your attention on the right hemisphere of your brain. That's right. And now focus on the entire brain. And now I invite you to bring your attention to the corpus callosum, which divides the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere, and which bridges the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. Once again, bring your attention to the left hemisphere. And now to the right hemisphere. And now to the corpus callosum, which bridges the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere. That's right. And as you are thinking of the entire brain, relax yourself. The corpus callosum now connects to the brainstem, which is just behind your neck. The brainstem is the most primitive part of your brain, which helps you to breathe, maintain homeostasis, the temperature of your body. And now focus on the connection between the brainstem and the spinal cord. As you are now focusing in the inside of your skull on the brain, the corpus callosum, the brainstem, and the connection between the brainstem and the spinal cord. Bring your focus on the spinal cord, which is keeping you straight. Focus your attention on the top of the spinal cord and travel to bring your focus to the top of your hips, traveling across the spinal cord. You are traveling a journey which is extremely relaxing. You have attended for the first time that part of the body which controls the entire body, your thoughts, your movements, and your interaction with all other in the universe. Bring your attention back once again to the left hemisphere. Once again to the right hemisphere. And the corpus callosum. And stay with your attention over there for some time. Take a deep breath. And now bring your attention outwards and visualize a staircase that takes you up to a terrace. Imagine any staircase that takes you up to the staircase, to the terrace. And as it takes you up to the terrace, take the first step. Second and the third. 3 plus 2 plus 1. Now move into the sixth staircase, the step. And now to the last step, that takes you to the terrace. And as you complete the step and enter the terrace, you can see the blue sky above your head. The light blue sky with clouds moving there and here. Birds chirping. And you move around to see the sky from all directions. And as my voice becomes softer and softer, you are now trying to listen to my voice very closely. Might be you might not be able to hear it also. That's right. Take a deep breath. Exhale from your mouth. And as I count from 3 to 1, come back to awareness. Be aware of your body as I count 3. Be aware of your breath as I count 2. And gently open your eyes as I count 1. And come back to awareness. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So how was it?
Good, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Kakuli madam.
Excellent.
Feeling peaceful now.
Sorry?
Feeling peaceful now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So could you travel from inwards to outwards? Could you travel from your brain to the spinal cord, to the outside, to the staircase, to the terrace? So this is a journey that you take inside and from inside to outside. Right? This is a very unique meditation process, which is a part of the hypnosis trance process, right? Right. Okay, good. Sneha ji, how was it for you? कैसे था आपके लिए?
अच्छा था। जब वो वॉइस सॉफ्ट हो गया तो थोड़ा कंसंट्रेट करके करना पड़ा, मतलब
वही आइडिया था, वही आइडिया था.
Yes.
That was the idea. So when I made it soft, I wanted you to hear. So people, if you see the voice, when it becomes soft, then you eliminate the awareness of the outside and listen to that voice.
Yes. Try to means with concentrate, try to listen like that.
Okay, good.
It's
Very
पूरी शक्ति एकवट करके ऐसा, अरे अभी क्या बोलने वाले, ऐसा
हाँ,
करके
हाँ.
मतलब थोड़ा concentrate करके सुनना पड़ा बस.
Correct, correct. That was the idea.
Okay.
तो आपको, so this is hypnosis, means you are not aware. So hypnosis, another definition I can give is, since Sanjay ji talked about it, is that you lose track of time. You lose track of time. So say for example, when you go for a picnic or something, right? You go in the morning, come back in the night, you don't know how the day has passed. You ask someone, what were you doing? You will be able to say very few things. Arey, we talked and something, but you ask him, but arey, yaad nahi hai kya kya tha. When you are driving on the road, you are in a trance. Someone has waved at you, you have not even seen. Right? Okay, great. So today's topic is hooked. And I want you to participate. This is a very interesting topic. And what do you mean by hooked? Sonali, Sneha ji, Sanjay ji, Kakuli madam, what do you mean by hooked? Just agar someone says ki hooked, what do you mean by hooked?
Addiction.
Addiction. Yes, you are hooked. Right, very good word. I think addiction is a good word, right? So when you say hooked, what picture comes to your mind? Sonali? Kya दिमाग में what is the picture that you get if someone says hooked? Sanjay ji,
So if such
What
things
is-
have happened, तो वो डूब गया है किसी चीज में और बस वो वही काम करते रहेगा.
okay.
So
So addiction डूब गया कोई, okay. Yes, Sonali.
है ना, जैसे कि अमिताभ बच्चन जी है, अब ही इज सच ए ग्रेट एक्टर, उनको एक एक्टिंग के अलावा हम और कुछ देख ही नहीं सकते हैं. So that is hooked.
Hooked, right? Absolutely.
Yeah. So hooked, I was thinking like anchored into or got involved into. And when saying hooked in, I was imagining that elephant from his childhood got hooked into, anchored, and he feels that's the word.
Hmm.
Or in work life, I was thinking hooked is that it is like we are on that railway track and just keep moving in that groove only, not seeing the things outside. So got hooked into
Correct. Very
or
good.
got bonded and lost the
Very
freedom.
Very good. Very good. Excellent. So
I
hit
think
hook,
so. अटक जाना मतलब
अटक जाना.
हैंगिंग है, हैंगिंग है वो थॉट पे, वो प्रोसेस पे. आई एम हुक विद द मींस सम इमोशंस
Right. Right.
लाइक दैट.
Sne-
आई थिंक सो.
Right. स्नेहा जी, आप वो लास्ट सेशन में थे क्या?
हाँ,
आप थे.
Last
सोनाली
Sunday.
आप नहीं थे, राइट? किकी बोबा का पिक्चर याद है? किकी बोबा.
यस.
हाँ. So Kiki Boba क्या है? What is Kiki Boba? I will just show it once again. Just a minute. Okay. Yes. Just hold on. I'm just showing Kiki Boba. So let me ask Sonali. Sonali was not there. So Sonali, I'm showing you a picture. Okay.
Okay.
Now you can see the picture.
Yes, sir. 2 stars were there, right?
Right. So which is Kiki and which is Boba?
Oh, Kiki is the left one and Boba is for the right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. So no one has named anything Kiki and Boba. There is no Kiki Boba here. But when I told the name, you imagined that this is Kiki and this is Boba. Because words also have shapes. So when I say Kiki is very sharp. And when I say Boba, it's a little round type, right? That's why the edges which is rounded, you said Boba, and the edges which are sharp, you said Kiki. Is that right, Sonali? And 100%, 99% of the people in
Yes.
the world say same answer. But who gave them the name Kiki Boba? No one has coined the name Kiki Boba. Has anyone told you, like here, you Kakuli madam is there, Sanjay ji is there. You can have a look at them. There is a name which their parents had given or some relatives had given, which they're continuing with. But who has given the name of Kiki Boba? No one. Our mind has given the name. So we have some prejudice. We have some bias. And how does this bias happen? Through the experience, through the nature, nurture, the way we are grown up, the way we have learned, like that. Say, for example, if I ask you, Mary had a little, what is the lamb? Yes,
Lamb.
right? So just like Mary had a little lamb and Kiki Boba, we have automated thoughts that is in our mind. These thoughts guide us. These thoughts guide us. Is that right? There are certain things, you look at a person and you judge that person. You have never seen that person, but you will judge that person. It has happened. Suppose you go and look at a shop. You will know, no, I will not enter this. No, I will not get into this shop. Why will you not get it? The entrance is not very clear, must be a very shabby thing. But once you get inside it, you will find that, oh, so it's so bright. I never thought of it. Right? So many times people say, don't go by the cover of the book. Very nice cover. Very nice cover, but when you see the cover, you will see that that the book is not worth reading. And some book, just white, nothing is there. And you suddenly think that this is a fantastic book to read. Preview of films, because Amitabh Bachchan is there. Everyone goes to see the film. Amitabh ji is there. See how we are biased because of the past performance. So how many of you have entered a dark room where the lights are not put on? How many of you have entered any time of the life? Have you entered a dark room with not the lights on and then you put on the lights? Interact कीजिए, respond कीजिए, Sonali ji, Sneha ji, Sanjay ji.
Yes.
You have done it, right?
Yeah. Many
Okay.
times.
How many times have you entered the dark part of your mind and seen what is there? We do not know what is the dark part of our mind, right? But there is a dark part, there is a light part. So if there is light, there will be shadow. If there is light, there will be shadow. So we have lights and shadows in ourselves also. We all agree, Sanjay ji, Sneha ji, Sonali, Kakuli madam. And I would
Yeah.
request you to, right?
What do you mean by dark part of the mind?
Dark part means maybe high rage. Something happens and the rage. When you think of something, you feel very bad. There's an emotional, some punch over there. Some thoughts which will say that, I don't know, I will not go there. It reminds me of something. It reminds me of something bad, something good. It happens, Sanjay ji, Sonali. आप लोग unmute करके बात कीजिए तो I will also
Yes,
be
yes.
energetic. Otherwise,
होता है,
losing the
होता
energy.
है. Yes.
Okay, fantastic.
Yes.
Right. So what happens is, where I'm coming from is, so I'll tell you what is hooked means. We get biased sometimes. Now there is a saying, this is by John Milton. He says, mind is its own place, and in itself can make a heaven of hell and a hell of heaven. Mind is itself can make a heaven of hell and a hell of heaven. Say for example, Dharavi Basti we have heard, right? Now, if you see that Basti, that colony in Mumbai, it's so, sometimes it's dark. Sometimes I'm being told, I've never visited, that there's some parts of Dharavi where there's no light. But just imagine the kind of popularity Dharavi has. So many shootings have happened. So many bright futures have come out of this Dharavi, right? And to me, I would love to visit Dharavi, where it has given birth to so many eminent personalities. Now, how it has happened that from that colony, from that slum, so many people have come out. So they have made to some there it is hell, but to some it is heaven. That is where I have grown up. So say for example, when you go back to the place where you were born, where you have spent your childhood, how would you feel? Right?
It's a great memory that we were having.
Absolutely.
About
So certain things we think very fast. And Sneha ji, you would also maybe go with this. So there is a book called Thinking Fast and Slow. What is thinking fast? There are two modes of thought. So Sneha ji is a principal of a school. When she enters the school, she is the principal. When she comes out, she is someone else. When she gets into the school and sits on the chair, there are certain thoughts which is very fast in her mind. And for some thoughts, she has to take some time to decide. Sonali, when you go to office, some thoughts are very fast. Ye karna hai, we have to do this, we have to do this. And some, I have to concentrate and do that, right? So thinking fast and, right, Sonali? Sanjay ji also, when he enters the office, it is there. So Daniel Coleman. Yes, thank you. So I would, be recommending certain books for you. One book is Blink. This Blink is Malcolm Gladwell's Blink, and I'm reading something, when I'm reading this, he's referred to something as gut responses. So gut responses don't take much time. Intuitive, you just intuition. The right brain intuition. So there are so many intuitions which has worked for us correctly. So we get hooked to thoughts, we get hooked to ideas, we get hooked to prejudices, we get hooked to a lot of things. Say, for example, I will just talk about this. Certain common hooks. First one is thought blaming. How many of us have thought that I'm not good at it? Or I would have spoken there, but I felt nervous. How many of us have thought like this?
Sometimes it happens.
Right. So what happens? I'm not good at that. So this is called thought blaming. Thought blaming. So statements like, I thought I would sound stupid, so I didn't say it. And who is making the pictures? We are making the pictures. The second one is monkey-mindedness. Monkey-mindedness means the chatterbox. 16,000 to 60,000 thoughts come to our mind every day. And most of the thoughts are chatterboxes. What will happen? What should I do? What will I go? Where will I go? The monkey mind is jumping from one branch to another. The third one is old outgrown ideas. We have outgrown, we have brought up, and this happens with the children, right? When we interact with the children, we understand that. And I must say, those who are school teachers, those who are working in corporates, housewives, I think everyone, when they deal with a generation which is very fast, which have new ideas, right? And we stay with the old outgrown ideas, sometimes what happens is we are rigid, we are hooked onto something. So it says here that, you know, someone wanted to be in a desperate relationship. And this boy, he learned that men should not cry. Men should not express their feelings. If a man expressed their feelings, he would be termed as weak. Right? So male and female, while their gender, all of us got masculine and feminine personalities with us. All of us. All of us have got. Now, what is masculine? Masculine has nothing to do with male gender. Masculine characteristics are certain biases that we have, that this is masculine, this is feminine. Say, for example, Radha is the feminine roop of Krishna and Krishna is the masculine roop of Radha. So if that is a metaphor. So this guy, he said ki men should not cry, men should not be emotional. This is an old outgrown idea. Now this can be barrier to a healthy relationship. If that man does not, or that woman does not, for example, that I have to be soft. A girl cannot be assertive. In the earlier days, that was the system, but in today, that is not more the system. Sonali has to be assertive in certain places. Nehaji has to be assertive. Kakuli madam, I'm sure, will be assertive in certain stages. But if we stay with that old thought, which might be outgrown in this culture, in some cultures, it just works. Right? So we talked of monkey-mindedness, we talked of thought blaming. Now, whenever next time your thought jumps from one branch to another, think of it as monkey-mindedness. When you are blaming yourself, look into it. I'll give you a formula for hooked. It's a very interesting formula. And if you remember these three things, the formula, which I will be sharing just now, I'm sure you will be benefited. So how is it going till now? How is it going till now?
It's
is it
good.
It's
Yeah,
good? Okay.
great.
Okay, very good, very good. Thank you. Okay, and the last one is the wrong-headed righteousness. Wrong-headed righteousness. So what is wrong-headed righteousness? Wrong-headed righteousness is when you have a thought right? And you think it is to be right, and you are rigid on that. So 4 things we get hooked: thought blaming, monkey mindedness, old outgrown ideas, wrong headed righteousness. And how does this come? How does this hooked comes? I'm not good. I'm bad. This is right. This is wrong. A very clear demarcation, no flexibility. There are 3 things which are involved in that. I will just show you. So just like Kiki Boba, we understood. Now see, can you see this? Can you see this? This is the formula of being hooked. Internal chatterbox plus technicolor thought plus, sorry, it will be emotional punch. Right? So what is it? It is, second, emotional punch is equal to hooked. Now what is internal chatterbox? Continuous thoughts coming in. Continuous thoughts. Some of the thoughts just goes by. Some of the thoughts, it just sits in your bed. You add color to it. Technicolor thought. We call it submodalities. We give it color. Right? See, for example, any memory that you see, anything, say for example, you think of a marriage, you think of a very or an attractive event, a very happy event that you have attended. The moment I tell you, you go back and fetch a memory from your subconscious, and you can see that. Now, if you see that, there is color, right? There is color, there is people moving, there is sound. Maybe if you're in a marriage place, then there will be sound of that music is being played. All the sounds you can hear from all other places. So that's the technicolor thought. You add color to your memories, and then you add emotional punch. The day you got married, the last birthday that you celebrated. Okay, let's decide on the last birthday that we celebrated. So do you all remember the last birthday that you celebrated? Sonali, Snehaji, Sanjayji, Kakuli madam. Can you talk about it? Can you talk a little about it, about the last birthday?
The last birthday last for 5 days. Right
Hmm.
from the day before my birthday, we started cutting cakes at
Hmm.
home, at offices, to one of friends' places, and all those stuff.
Hmm. And what happened there? What did people tell you? Can you just go back to that memory and see what people are telling you?
People love me so much that they want to be associated with me on that day. My family was there. My daughter makes so many gifts for me. Where I pick my brush, I got one gift from there. Where I pick my comb, I got one gift from there. When I open the tea, I prepare the tea, I got one gift from there. So I
Wow.
just did that at home. And when I enter into the office on the next day, because my birthday is on 2nd of October.
Oh,
So yeah, so that was a national holiday. So पूरा दिन चलता रहा WhatsApp groups में कि सारे everybody is giving you wishes, and so many well wishers are there. You feel
very
so
nice.
glad.
Very
And on
nice.
the next day, I'm having a warm welcome in my office. Then I got a party with my friends, and in the evening we have a party with my husband, me and my the entire
Lamba
family.
chala, Sonali, huh?
हाँ हाँ हाँ
Wow,
ऐसा
wow, wow. Good,
ऐसा
good.
है सर.
Fantastic, fantastic. So 2nd October is coming. I'll remember the date.
Okay, thank you sir.
So what did Sonali do? Sonali went back to that, right? And she could see the gifts, colorful gifts. And did you listen to her words? Warm welcome. I felt so glad. So there is an emotional punch also over there. And she is hooked to that memory, right? She remembers now that memory so vividly, so clearly, right? So that is what she's remembering now. So internal chat, but sometimes when you have a negative memory, the same thing happens. take out any one thing out of that hooked part. Take out any one thing out of that hooked part, that effect will go. It's an internal chatterbox, technicolor thought plus emotional punch. Take out any one of this. Take out the emotional part, that picture will to some extent will lose its color. With take anything, whether it's a sad or a good. So it's a good technique to come out of a sadness, of the anger, of a very negative memory. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So, sorry. So take out any one of this and you will see a magic. Now, when this happens, so what happened? Sonali kept on talking about it because she was so happy. She was so happy. And each of the days were very vivid. It is almost a year, last year, right? Another 15 days and she will be celebrating another birthday of hers. She went back to the last birthday and she could remember it. Snehaji, can you remember your last birthday?
Yes. Means I tried to recall everything.
Ah,
And what you said, that's means morning was so happy and I enjoyed. But
yes.
at the same time, at after means afternoon, when I came at home, I had some fight with my husband. So I
Aha.
went out. I called Deepak Kulkarni and Mrs. because she is my friend. So
Uh-huh.
the moment you said, I remember the both things. Morning means celebrated in school, and at the same time afternoon it was disturbed for me. So both emotions, means morning emotions and evening emotions,
I'm very
both
clear.
both I remembered. Okay.
Correct. Very nice. Very nice. So what happened is both the emotions were different, right? So you remembered both the emotions. So we get hooked. Now one thing that I would like to ask is, now this is a question which you can ask yourself also. Who is in control, the thinker or the thought? Who is in control, the thinker or the thought? If the thinker is in control, then taking charge of these three parts of the formula can bring in a big change. And if the thought is in charge, then all the three will continue to be there. Will continue to be there. Okay. How many of us have got angry in the last 7 days? How many of us have got angry in the last 7 days? I have got angry in the last 7 days.
Me too.
Right. Now, if you just think of that incident where you got this anger, right? Was it a immediate thought or something that you heard and you got angry? That you thought or you heard or you felt that this is happening, this is not right. How can you do this? This is not the place to keep this, and you got angry? Or you got angry very slowly?
No. It was instant.
Instant.
Somebody did something. Yes.
Correct. Correct. And
It
if
was
you
the
see,
action of somebody which triggered my anger.
right, absolutely. Absolutely. So the immediate, that triggers. So something which triggers. And it's very normal. I got terribly upset. I mean, in the last 3 years, I think I got upset and anger last week. So there was an incident in my office. So there is a dog and he's suffering from bone cancer and we are treating him and I look after him, right? And whenever I go to office every day, when on a holiday, so he's in the ground floor, in the basement he stays, and he's there for the last 4 years. His bone cancer, and he was fighting with another dog and another person came to separate them and he bit that person. Now it was out of anger. Just now we said we human beings also get angry at an instant, just at an instant, and he bit that person. And it was a very soft bite. That dog had informed the corporation to take him away. And whenever I heard it from one of my colleagues, that rage I can remember, that upsetting feeling I could remember. And it immediately happened, flared up. The moment it flared up, I took some actions, which I generally don't take. I took some actions, went down, talked to people, came up, because what was the internal chatterbox was, this poor dog will now suffer. The technicolor was that he is being taken in the corporation and he's just thrown away. And the emotional part was, whenever I thought that, this dog is being taken by the corporation, how I'm very sorry, but the corporations will treat the dog as, I think, shit, and I'm sorry, but here again, I'm getting triggered. So that emotional punch. So you see what happened to me just now. That entire picture I played technicolor and with that emotional punch, and I was hooked to it. So is getting hooked good or bad? There's no answer to it. It might be good or it can be bad. We as human beings, we get hooked. The only purpose of this session is to be aware of the technicolor, right, and the emotional punch. And if you just think of this, the moment, so it is the right brain, right? It is the right brain. The anger, the joy, the pleasures are all right brain, because at that point of time, you're not thinking, the amygdala is working. You remember the amygdala, right? It works. But however, you take out one of these parts, the emotional punch and everything, you will be coming back to the normal and starting thinking, disassociating yourself. So when Sonali,
Sir, may
Hanji.
I ask you one thing?
Yes,
Yeah, sir. Whenever we are hooked into something in any of the emotion, whether it is good or bad, so it will definitely take time to move on. However, in this fast world, we don't have time. How to manage in that case?
okay, it might be, if there is a particular instance, you can share that, or otherwise we can just think it this way. You have to disassociate yourself from that. One of the processes is, can you think of that, Sonali? Let's do it now.
Yeah, there are certain
You don't have
things
to, you
because-
don't have to tell me the incident. You don't have to tell me the incident. It might make you uncomfortable, but it's
Yeah.
okay. You
Mm.
just think of that incident.
Okay. This only time is the remedy, right? But however,
No,
we
no,
don't have
no,
time.
no. I did not say that. I did not say that. Just let me work on it.
Okay.
I'll work on it. So think
Okay,
of that.
okay.
Think of that.
Huh. So it
How
is
are you feeling?
related to the officer, and we have just shifted
Sonali,
from
Sonali,
yeah.
I don't
Mm.
want to the content. Just think of that incident.
Okay, okay.
Are you involved in it? I will ask you some questions. Are you involved in that incident?
No,
Okay. Is it affecting you?
not directly. However, indirectly, it is affecting me.
And how do you feel when it indirectly affects you?
So neutral. It's neutral. Yeah.
Neutral. So what do you want to work with it? Do you want to work with it, or do you want to work with something else which is affecting you directly and you are feeling?
No, I'm comfortable working with it.
Okay.
No worries on that.
No. I'm saying, will working
Uh-huh.
with it help you?
Yeah, that will
Okay.
definitely help.
Okay. So just see that event happening. Just think of that event and see that event happening with you in it. You are there in the discussion.
Okay.
Now, you see this, you step out of that, step out of that incident and see that incident happening on a TV. Suppose there is a big TV screen and you are seeing that incident on a TV.
Okay.
Can you see that incident happening with you in it?
No.
You are not there. You have stepped out. You're watching that incident.
Yes.
Okay. And now just reduce the color of that incident, that picture.
Okay. It was a pretty long past now.
Now, as you reduce the color of the picture, also just see what you can learn from it. What is your learning that you are taking? You don't have to share the learning. Just take the learning from it. Maybe one learning or two learnings.
Yeah, got it, boss.
And once you got the learning, see how you feel. Now, slowly dim that picture, switch on the TV, come back to the session and see how
Yeah.
you feel.
Feeling lighter now
Yeah.
and have a clear-cut path to go ahead.
Yeah. So it's immediate. If you know the process, it is immediate. So what did I do? I stopped so you stopped the internal chatterbox. You started learning from it. When you start learning from it, the feeling reduces, the emotional punch reduces. When the emotional punch reduces, your thinking brain starts working.
Right.
So the thoughts reduced because you disassociated. The technical part, I reduced the color. And the emotional punch, because I did not ask you to reduce the emotional punch, but I asked you a question, what are you learning from it? The moment you took the learning, the emotional part reduced.
Right.
Did it help you, Sonali?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And practice this.
Sure.
Practice. This is a very powerful mode. Sanjay ji and me, we are beneficiaries of it.
Okay. Okay.
We are beneficiaries of it. This is
Right.
called submodalities. So this is a part of the topic that we are students of, Neuro-Linguistic Programming, NLP. This is how we do it in NLP. Immediate relief, immediate relief. You will not have to wait for days and months to do it. Right? Got it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a great feeling now.
Thank you. Thank you. Sneha ji, any thoughts that comes to your mind, so, Sneha ji? If you are there, you can.
Sir, when we are angry,
Huh.
we don't think so. Means we always think that we are right,
Yes.
or we are not ready to learn anything. So how to do that? How to control that?
First of all, the first thing is, Sneha ji, can you change the V to I? Can you shift the V to I? Sneha ji, I think you are in a place where we cannot hear you.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Sneha ji. Yes, Sneha ji,
See,
tell me.
okay. Yeah. Instead of we to I. Okay.
Yes. So say that. So say the sentence with I in it.
Okay. I. When I am angry, I am not ready to listen anything. I think that I am always right, or my thinking process is right. And that's why I get disturbed. So how to switch from I am right to thinking process?
Okay, let's work on it. So think of a time when you were angry and when you were thinking right.
Yeah.
So there are three things, right? Which is a thought going on, and you are thinking of that incident, which is making you angry, and there is an emotional part to it. Three parts to it, right, Sneha ji?
Yes.
Okay. So again, I will use the same. There are many techniques, but I will use the same technique which I use with Sonali. So just you are a part of that incident, Sneha ji?
No, I am not part. Means
Okay.
I am angry, but I am not part. You see, suppose I feel that my husband should not keep his wet towel on the bed, okay? And I get angry. So I am not a part. I am right that he should not do.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. So let's see the same incident, right? Let's see the same incident. So when you are getting angry because he's keeping the wet towel on the bed, you're getting angry on your husband.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Now just disassociate yourself and see yourself getting angry. So you see yourself on a TV screen. So there is a TV screen you see the wet towel on the bed, and you can see that you are getting angry.
Okay.
You can see the TV.
Yeah.
You can see that you are getting angry,
Yes.
and you can see the wet towel on the bed.
Yes.
Okay. Now, what you do is you just reduce the color of the TV.
Okay.
Make it a little black and white.
Okay.
And now increase the speed that you are walking. Just increase the speed. So suppose you are going to take the towel now and put it somewhere else. Just increase the speed of your walking by 10 times.
Increase.
Increase, like animation hota hai na, par, 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 aage jata hai. So you see yourself walking 10 times faster towards the wet towel. Pick the wet towel and put it somewhere.
Okay. Yes.
Right? Now again, after the wet towel has been kept on the string, you come back and watch yourself in the black and white.
Mhm. Picture change.
Okay. Now, so this is one part, right? Now you see how you are feeling.
Okay. Yeah, calm, little bit calm now.
Your voice is calm now. Immediately you are calmed, right? Okay. This is
Yes.
one way. This is one way, Snehaji. The second way. The second way. Okay. I will tell you the second way. So what you said is, so just repeat the sentence.
I get angry. That sentence.
Yes, that sentence.
Okay. I get angry when I see my husband kept his wet towel on the bed.
Okay. Now jumble the sentence. The same words, but jumble the sentence.
Sorry, how to jumble?
So say, for
Not
example, I am saying that Snehaji, please say something. And I jumble the words. I say something says Ji Sneha.
Why he does like this? It's
No,
not good.
jumble the sentence, the same sentence. I get angry when my husband puts the wet towel on the bed. So you can say bed towel he puts, angry get I.
Okay.
Jumble the
Okay.
sentence, right?
Okay.
Jumble the
Okay.
sentence.
Wet towel, angry at when she at bed.
Okay. Now see what happens.
Thinking process little bit prolonged.
Okay. Your voice will say, so when you said, so Sanjay ji, Sonali, could you see how the change in the voice tone, how it changed immediately? So first it was very angry, the intensity, and now it has calmed down. So these are some processes which are there. Because see, Snehaji, you have no control on your husband putting the wet towel on the bed. And I'm sure the way you said he must be doing it often. Right? And so you get angry. I do not know what it makes you angry, whether the bed gets wet, that's why you are angry, or you are angry because of the reason that you have told him many times, but he does not listen. There could be many things. I don't know why you are angry.
Ego problem that several times I told, but he's
Yes.
not listening.
Okay. Now, do you have any control on that? You don't have any control on how your husband will operate, but you have control on your chatterbox, the technicolor, and the emotional punch.
Yes. Very true.
Yeah. So when you are getting hooked, remember this formula, see where you can work and work on it. It's not necessary that it will work immediately. It might take time. It might not take time. Good. Is that okay, Snehaji?
Yes, yes. Correct. Absolutely correct.
Okay, okay. So great. We will end the session here. Thank you for attending, Sanjay ji, Sonali ji, Sneha. By the way, all three names starts with S. Great. I think thank you so much. So thanks, Sonali. Thanks, Sanjay ji, for joining. And your attendance makes it more nourishing, cherishing, and I cherish these sessions. And it inspires me to learn more and to share something with you. So thank you
Yes.
so much.
Thank you.
We'll again
you,
connect
sir.
on next Sunday, 8 o'clock. Thank you, Sneha ji. Thank you.
Thank you,
so much.
Thank you for your sharings. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.